Came in, looked around the house, went in and said, okay. So they're telling my mom, so you're saying there's a break-in? They said, we've gone all around the property. We've gone all throughout the house. We see no visible signs of break-in. They're like, so you're saying stuff is missing? And then they told my mom, which is crazy, which really, it hurt my feelings. Now, I try not to get on here. I try not to go off stereotypes. I try not to go off generalizations. I try to be as open-minded as possible, but you have to understand some things that affect certain communities and certain people. People don't understand outside why we're saying certain things, but there's a reason why people who look like me, the color of my skin, and, certain ways that we're treated, why we feel a certain type of way. Hey, I want to welcome everybody back to a new episode of LB Tales from the Hood. And in case you don't know by now, or you may be a little slow, I'm LB, the host of this amazing event. So, this story is called Dialing 911 Fail Part 2. That's right, there's a Part 1. Go back and watch it if you haven't already. But we are now at Part 2. This story takes place around the time I was 16 years old. If you don't already know, I was in Virginia in the projects. Like I said, go back and see my previous videos if you want a little bit of the backstory, but getting right into it. One day my mom and I, we go out. So we're gone most of the day. We come back in the evening. When we come back in the evening, we open up our door and we notice that things look a little bit strange. So, a few things shifted out of place. So we start going through the apartment, we're looking around, and we notice that some things are missing. First off, my mother, she didn't have a whole lot of jewelry. She had a few costume jewelry items, but the few real things that she had were missing. Personally, it really hit me hard. I mean, other than the fact that our home was violated, but I had saved up to get this Super Nintendo. Now, I used what's called layaway. You go put a little bit of money here and there, and, if you watch my previous videos, you see we didn't have much money. So what happened is, it had been like maybe a year and a half process. Every time I would get some birthday money, Christmas money, whatever I would get, I would just try to put it to my Super Nintendo. I would go to the store, put a little bit on layaway, put a little bit on layaway. I think back then the systems may have cost maybe $100, a little over 100, 150, whatever it was. But it took me almost 2 years, constantly putting a little bit down, putting a little bit down. So every time I got a little bit of money, I tried to put some down when I could. But it meant a lot to me. It was something that I worked hard for, or at least saved the money for, I should say. And, I was able to finally get, and it made me feel good. A sense of accomplishment, something to do around there, keep me out of trouble, play my video games. Well, they broke in and stole it. So that hurt. I was like, my Super Nintendo. Of course, my mother's little bit of jewelry. She had like 1 or 2 real gold chains out of the stuff. They happened to take that. They left the fake stuff. They knew value. Go figure that. But, so we're upset. And plus, on top of that, when you've been violated in that type of way where somebody broke into your home where you live at, it make you sometimes feel a little bit not safe because you're like, damn, this could have happened. We could have been there. If they would have came and we were there, what would have happened? Anything could have went down. So, my mom goes and calls 911. Of course, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Make the police report, let them come investigate. Possibly if you need something for insurance claims, which, we wasn't doing all that back then. We didn't have much, and, she didn't declare it anywhere. So she just wanted to at least report it or whatever to see what's going on. All right. So we wait. The police show up whenever they did. Don't remember how long it was, but what I do remember is this. 2 detectives showed up, came in, looked around the house, went in and said, okay. So they're telling my mom, so you're saying there's a break-in? They said, we've gone all around the property. We've gone all throughout the house. We see no visible signs of break-in. They're like, so you're saying stuff is missing? And then they told my mom, which is crazy, which really, it hurt my feelings. Now, I try not to get on here. I try not to go off stereotypes. I try not to go off generalizations. I try to be as open-minded as possible, but you have to understand some things that affect certain communities and certain people. People don't understand outside why we're saying certain things, but there's a reason why people who look like me, the color of my skin, and, certain ways that we're treated, why we feel a certain type of way. Now, I say this because, if you're saying that stuff is across the board, like, dialing 911 and things like that, supposed to keep it safe, okay. You want everybody to buy into it, but certain people in their communities are affected differently by doing the same actions that others are doing. Let's put it like that. So, getting back to the story now, they told my mom the most unbelievable thing. Well, it was to me at the time anyway, and it's crazy. They said, more than likely, your son was at school, he could have been gambling, playing dice, whatever. He lost a little gambling debt, so he owed some people some money, so he probably gave him his key and they came in, took the stuff or whatever to recoup the money and was out. Now I'm sitting there and she's looking at him like, what did you just say? And I'm sitting there like I can't believe they really just went there with it. Like, really? I'm broken up. My Super Nintendo got stolen. My mom felt violated. If she had a little bit of money she was saving for us to get something to eat that evening, that's gone. And you talking about I gave somebody a key possibly. You see no forced signs of entry. More than likely that's your conclusion. To be honest, I don't even think they did a police report. They came and said that nonsense and left. And that hurt because we're like, okay, we were violated. You know what I'm saying? We were violated. This is it? This is... So when they left, I'm sitting there like... So then once again, you know, it got people that look like, you know, me, feeling like... I mean, you know, skin color, feeling like, you know, we can't depend on, you know, services that are supposed to be here for everybody. You know, when there's an issue, there's a problem. So my mom ended up... We going around the apartment ourselves, looking around after the officers left. And we found out the back room, my back room where I sleep at, we had a window, a slide window. We found that the slide window was actually pried open. Somebody took a crowbar or whatever and they pried it open because you could see where it was pried open. You could see the dents on the side of the window. It had the little metal piece in it. You could see that's bent in and you see it visibly pushed open. That's where they came in. So when we go to the room and I see this, I'm like, how did Barney Fife and Officer Kickbutt over here that was just here, how did they miss this obvious evidence? I was like, I'm looking like, holding my head like, man, that was some top flight detective work they did. I'm like, they really missed this? No forced signs of entry. Let me see. The back window, all you had to do was go outside our apartment. We had a sliding glass door. Go outside, go around right to my window and see where it's been pried open. You know, you can basically see that. There it is. Open case. Shut. Well, it's not really shut because you ain't catch nobody, but... Man, you know, after the previous situation, because I explained to my mom, if you didn't see my previous video, Dial 911 Fail Part 1, you know, I explained it to her. She was like, that's messed up what happened to the system. Not going to get into it here. Go back and check my previous video if you want to hear that story. But from that progression to now, we kind of lost our faith in the system, man. We like, unfortunately, it's almost like we're out here on our own. No justice, it's just us. You know, so that really hurt, but... You know, and like I said, it was like a violation. For a while, we didn't really feel safe. You know, you sleep one eye open, like, yo, is somebody going to come up in here? That's when also my mom was like, okay, we had to get us a small little bar. And we would prop the bar in the window to where the window slid open. We did that so that way if they try to slide it open, it would hit the bar. So we had to, you know, try to do that to try to jam it closed. We did that to all the windows. So that was our safety precaution. But for real, for a while, we didn't sleep that great because... Once you're violated, you laying there and you're like, damn, man, like, you know, it's crazy. It was crazy. First time it happened to us. So anyway, that concludes the story. Dial 911 Fail Part 2. So, I'm not going to get into the next one, but, you know, there's always pros and cons to everything. So you're going to see with the next video. Like I said, I don't want to give it away, but the next video is coming up soon. Be on the lookout for that. I might as well tell you the title anyway. Dial 911 Saved My Life. We're gonna put it like that. So see you in the next video. You see what that's about. And like I said, you know, we sometimes look at things one-sided, but what's glitters is not always gold. But sometimes it's not always bad. Everything has its pros and cons to it. So you're gonna see in the next video because I'm you know me. I'm LB2 real on social media platforms. I'm too real. I'm gonna give you the truth, whether it shows a positive light or a negative light. We bring the truth around here. That's what we do. That's what we do. The truth and nothing but the truth. So help me. You already know the rest. This is LB signing out. I will see you guys in the next episode. And you know how we sign out. Just chill till the next episode. See you guys next time. Love you all out there. Stay safe. Stay peaceful. And I'm out.